The BIRCH study is a single-arm phase 2 study dedicated to patients selected based on the PD-L1 status. So we have screened more than 3,300 patients. The rate of PD-L1 positivity was 34%. Out of the screened patients, 667 patients were included in this large phase 2. Patients with good performance status and no brain metastasis. The nice thing is that the treatment was stratified in 3 cohorts based on the treatment received by the patients. I mean, there was a first-line atezolizumab cohort, a second-line atezolizumab cohort in patients that received previously one line of platinum-based chemotherapy, and the last cohort was for the patient treated by at least 2 different lines of chemotherapy, so let's say a third line plus cohort. The primary objective was the overall response rate assessed by an independent review facility, PARASIS 1.1. So the main results is the efficacy by response rate in the overall population, and it's 17% response rate in cohort 3+, in the second line 17%, and in front line 19%. But when you restrict the analysis to the population in which you find a very high expression of PD-L1 in the tumor cells or the immune cells, then you increase the response rate to around 25%. And it's valid in all the cohorts, which is nice because the immunostaining was done in an archived tumor, so it was not mandatory to repeat the biopsy. And the benefit that you see is whatever the line you give the treatment. In terms of toxicity, there was 11% grade 3 or 4 adverse event related to atezolizumab. It's the exact range of pattern, let's say, of side effect that you expect with checkpoint inhibitors, mostly asthenia, a bit of dyspnea, anorexia, but most of the side effects were any grade, were less than 10%, and the grade 3-4 side effects in each category were less than 2%. There were 1.5% pneumonitis. This is another event that you always look at with checkpoint inhibitors and lung cancer, and 1 fatal case. But overall, the safety profile was quite consistent with what have been shown, in particular in the POPLAR study. So this very large phase 2 trial just confirmed the activity of the drug, highlight that probably the highest you have a PD-L1 expression, the highest you may benefit to the drug, whatever your line. And it's also reassuring in terms of toxicity. So the next step will be the results of the phase 3 study in unselected population, second line versus chemotherapy, and front line, either combined with chemotherapy in unselected patients, either versus chemotherapy in selected patients. So this is the future results that we are awaiting.